I have tried many times through many courses, yet never succeeded in successfully speaking English. I feel nervous when there is a room full of people. I get nervous about speaking in English. I try, but somehow I can understand everything, but I cannot speak fluently in English. Does this sound like you? If it's familiar, then the best place for you is English Excellence with Chhaya. However, till you enroll for our programs, why don't you learn from our exciting videos? What you need as a solution for this problem basically is a plan, a master plan to actually master English language. Why don't you make it your goal for 2025? And I will help you through this journey step by step. So let's not wait any further and get into the master plan to master English language. Treat English language like a journey, not like a destination. Basically, learning the language is a gradual yet a very enjoyable process. At English Excellence with Chhaya, we have exciting courses to fulfill this promise. But let's understand through this video, in the meantime, how is it that you can master this language and find solutions to the problems that I mentioned earlier in this video. Let's look at the first solution to the problem. The first solution is listen carefully. Often I have heard people say in their interactions with me that I can understand everything that a person says, but then I cannot speak as fluently or as confidently, or those words don't occur to me when I want to strike a conversation. This is primarily because you're not listening carefully enough to absorb the words being used. Let's try an example. If you're watching a clip or if you're watching a video or a podcast and you come across a sentence, I don't think I can do this. This clearly is not my cup of tea. Well, you very well understood the sentence because it was used in a context, but not my cup of tea probably does not reflect in your conversation. You know the reason why? Because you never made the decision to listen to it carefully enough to absorb it, note it down, and probably start using it. Everything is fleeting, everything is a waste if we don't start applying those concepts that we are listening to or applying those words, phrases, vocabulary that we are picking up. It could be something as simple as, let me give you an example. Dhoni hit the ball for a six, but the ball landed way beyond the boundary line. Now, here, the small but effective word landed was so important to pick up through your listening skill. Basically, landed here was the word used in place of fell. When something falls down, you can also say landed. For example, the opportunity landed on my lap. Okay, or for that matter, uh, I threw the ball across the roof and it landed on the other side of the fence. So there you go. If you listen carefully, intently, note down the words you're picking up and make a conscious decision that this word I will definitely start using. That's actually the starting point for you to understand how it is that you can effectively use your listening ability to progress your English learning skills or English speaking skills for that matter. Read, repeat, sleep. One of the words out here is the second solution to your problem. Basically, reading, but not just reading for the heck of reading, but reading carefully enough that you pick up the words and then apply them. Let's take some instances to understand the importance of reading. In my formative years, I remember that there were no distractions. All we could do was possibly play and then get back to our reading activities. There were so many books we would explore, and that possibly contributed immensely to my vocabulary, subconsciously, unwittingly, even. If you observe, right now when I spoke, I said some words unwittingly, subconsciously. Clearly, something that I have picked through my reading habit. Basically, when you're reading a sentence, observe those words or expressions which have been used to express that thought. I can say something as simple as I agree with you, and then say the same thought effectively as I endorse your view. But the second one surely sounds impressive. Let's take a reading extract to understand this better. For instance, if you're reading a review on the book Who Moved My Cheese and the reading extract carries these lines, the profound impact of the book Who Moved My Cheese can be felt when you see the simplicity yet the effectiveness of its application. Now, observe here. The word profound means deep. But normally, when we want to say the word deep impact, we end up saying deep impact itself. The word profound, though known to us, never really occurs at the tip of our tongue. That brings me to our third solution. The third solution actually carries its essence from solution 1 and 2. Basically, the third solution is taking it one step at a time. Identify what is your problem and then try to fix it. For instance, vocabulary, if that is your challenge area, then build it one at a time. Apply it one at a time. For instance, through our reading carefully and listening carefully skills, we absorbed certain words. One of them was profound. So it is my responsibility now that if I have decided that profound is now going to replace deep in most of my conversations, then I have to make a mental note of it. Also, in fact, practice it in that manner. Many of my students, end up saying that, ma'am, but we never really get that word at the right moment. In fact, when we say deep, soon after we can remember profound. So then play around with the sentence. There are ways to do it. Let me share the technique. For example, if you say the deep impact of the book Who Moved My Cheese can be seen through the simplicity and effectiveness of its application, you can rephrase the sentence and then say the profound impact definitely is something which we can apply in our daily lives. There you go. So you thought of the word deep and you replaced it with profound in the very next sentence. So this is probably the most effective tip I can give you. Whatever you're absorbing in terms of vocabulary, start applying it one step at a time is the third solution. But yes, if vocabulary is not really the challenge area, or if this is the solution to incorporate vocabulary, how do we do it for grammar and pronunciation? Basically, in grammar also, you need to take it one step at a time. Take the time to understand a rule and practice it daily. The daily understanding and practice of grammar and pronunciation is the only way to master this skill. Which brings me to my fourth solution. Let me articulate two problems for you. One is that probably I'm always pronouncing the word atmosphere as atmosphere and not really the correct pronunciation, atmosphere. Or for that matter, I'm pronouncing metabolism as metabolism and not really as metabolism. So there you go. You probably are doing it too, not saying the word exactly like it should be said. So if you've identified this problem and it continues to stay with you, the only way to overcome it is daily practice. So pronunciation errors, well, this thumb rule is non-negotiable. Daily practice to overcome the challenge is one fundamental way to achieve success over this. The second challenge could be grammar. Grammar again demands clear understanding of the concept and daily practice. There's no real substitute. For example, if you're a student of spoken English, someone who's grappling with fundamentals of the language, someone who's trying to master the basics of the language, then you need to understand the rules first, how to use verbs, their different formats effectively. There are so many videos, which we at English Excellence with Chhaya have put out there for you to learn on tenses. And make sure you absorb those videos well and start practicing. So basically, daily practice is non negotiable. The second example that I was talking about is the grammar challenge. Take the instance of, if you're trying to say a sentence, one of my cousin is getting married this summer. Now, one of my cousin is something I've often heard many of my students say, even people who speak well, by the way. So basically, it's not one of my cousin, it's one of my cousins, because you're talking about a pool and one out of it. For example, one of my relatives, one of my friends, one of my colleagues, one of the countries. Okay, so one is always out of many. Now, if you have understood that this is a challenge area, practice it daily to overcome it. No real other magic wand to get out of this situation. So, daily practice, my fourth recommendation, okay, to solve your English language challenges and to master the language. Fifth solution. The fifth solution is a very important tip, probably, and this could be the game changer for you. Find a mentor or a language buddy who can correct you, guide you, and probably even help you with the solutions, okay, for your challenges, be it grammar, pronunciation, or vocabulary. Find a person or a mentor with whom you can interact on a daily basis to overcome the language challenges that you're facing. Okay. At English Excellence with Chhaya, we do exactly that. We have a mentor for you. We have a person who's checking all these areas and we steadily give you feedback. Okay. So that you come to know what errors you're making subconsciously. This is actually a great way to fix all your problems, because if you're independently practicing, even after following careful listening skills and reading skills, probably even doing daily practice, yet you don't feel confident enough, then the missing piece of the puzzle is you are not a part of a community of learners, or you're not a part of an environment which you definitely need to learn the language. English Excellence with Chaya offers that very environment to you. So if you're a part of us, we give you all of these, packaged as a solution so that you start practicing daily and subconsciously even, okay, so that it starts getting reflected in your real life. Often as adults, okay, we are swamped with a wide variety of commitments and activities. We really don't find time, or we can't really make time to upgrade our skills, okay, or work on areas which we know, are weak areas. So it's important to commit yourself to a program like this, where you naturally get an environment. Just by being a part of that environment, you're automatically building your language skills. Okay, so let's recap the five solutions that I recommended to you at English Excellence with Chaya, so that you can achieve your goal in 2025 and master English language. So, the five solutions that I was talking about will surely be the game changer for you. First one, listen carefully. Second, read carefully. Focus on the words whenever you're listening or reading. Third solution, take it one step at a time, be it vocabulary challenges, pronunciation challenges, or grammar related challenges. The solution or the final result will only come when you take it one step at a time and fix it. And yes, daily practice. There's no real substitute for daily practice. Devote a time of the day where you only practice English language. The fifth solution will actually help you achieve all these solutions. Find a mentor, find a language buddy, find the right environment to fix these challenges. We at English Excellence with Chhaya welcome you in our environment where we'll fix all these challenges, and we guarantee you, if you're steadily a part of our programs, you will see life transforming results as far as English language communication skills is concerned.